Whew. I don't think they're gonna like this. Y'all actually might like this. How do I tell them about the Taycan? Hey YouTube, the Taycan is... So, I'm driving a Dodge Charger right now. All right, here's the truth. What's up YouTube? Boss Vlogs coming to you on September 19th, 2022. It's a beautiful Monday. Nice lighting from outside, lighting up the kitchen area, which is what I'm in. Yeah, where the hell have you been, Nate? Look, not here to lie to you. It's been a lot going on over the last few months. I will start off by saying the Taycan did get in a wreck. Minor wreck nonetheless, back in July. And right now it's actually at the repair shop. Should be getting it back this week, fingers crossed. And so that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this video today, is to talk to you guys about where the hell have I been, where the hell is the content, and what are we gonna do about it? So let's rewind the clock. For those of you who are new to the channel, you're probably like, hey, you dropped a video in April and kind of disappeared on us. You did a couple of reels and then still disappeared on us. You made a lot of promises and continue to disappear on us. And you're exactly right. I took delivery of the car April 2nd. I started the build last December 1st to be exact. Took delivery of the car on April 2nd. And I took delivery of the vehicle, best day of my life on the materialistic side. There's a whole lot of other things in the world that in my life that have gone on that are more exciting and more memorable. But took delivery of the car on April 2nd, and yeah, it was a great experience. First experience that I ever had of building a car the way I like it, the way I wanted it, and to actually take delivery of it. When I got the car, it had 12 miles on it or 21. Either or, it was one of those two numbers, and those miles simply came from them calibrating the brakes. So truly taking delivery of a brand new car, got to peel the stuff off of the screens and stuff, which was great. And then I put a lot of miles on the car as I intended to. It still is my daily driver, and it will be my daily driver for the long run until I decide to change my mind. But the purpose of getting that car wasn't for anything other than just the love of cars. Like, I've been a Lamborghini fan. That's probably my ultimate brand. Lamborghini SV is the ultimate dream car, gold car as I like to call it. That's on my list. But nonetheless, if you're a car person, enthusiast like I am, you know that there's just too many cars out there that we want. And so sometimes having all the money in the world still won't get you the vehicles that you want. And so we are on this constant pursuit of having these vehicles. And so took delivery of the car. Everything went great. I got it paint protected on the front end, ceramic coated, had custom brakes done, tinted it, tinted the windows, did the front Porsche crest replacement for one that fit the monochromatic theme that I was putting on the car. And everything went well, several months. Then I get a windshield crack. Just getting on the highway, just to look at a draw, man. I got a windshield crack, and then another crack that happened on the same windshield, thankfully. And then one day I was pressure washing the car, not thinking anything of it, and made the crack go even longer. So it took forever for that windshield to get replaced, because Safelite and all of that was trying to say they're trying to order the windshield, and weeks went by. I'm like, okay, like, it don't take this long to order it, whatever. So I went straight to Porsche. It was only a couple $100 more for the windshield, and I got reimbursed over my deductible. Here's a fun fact for, at least I can speak on this for Taycan owners, is that the calibration is more than the windshield. The calibration, even if you don't have like heads-up display like myself, The calibration for having just that camera that's in the front windshield that pretty much keeps like lane change assist. So I do have lane change assist. I don't have adaptive cruise control or anything like that, but that allows the car to like really see the road and stuff. And so there's a whole calibration that has to happen for that vehicle. And it's like $800 just on the calibration plus the labor. It's like almost $1,300. Fortunately, my insurance did reimburse me in full for the calibration. The only thing I paid for was the windshield, so that was great. It took me about a month to get reimbursed, but nonetheless, it was reimbursed. What happened is it was on the Friday, I got the windshield replaced, and then we went to Disney World. The original goal was to fly down to Disney World, but some things happened that we weren't able to fly, so I was like, hey, road trip, let's take the Taycan, why not? Can care less about the miles. The infrastructure for electric charging is a lot more robust the further we go south. And so I felt like it was a great opportunity to really just drive the car and save some money, honestly. And we only made about 4 trips on the way down, maybe 5 on the way down because one station, no, it was 5 on the way down simply because we ran into this very, 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 very significant thunderstorm. I'm talking about you couldn't see on the highway at all, and we pulled over and I was like, might as well charge. We were there for a week. The day we got down there, we got there the day before we started going to the parks and such, and the very first day at, can't remember which park, Hollywood Studios. We're leaving Hollywood Studios and then boom, somebody runs a stop sign, smacks right into the front of the Taycan. I'll put a picture up here to show you what it looks like. Smacks the front of the Taycan, damages the front bumper. Thank God paint protection was on it because I believe paint protection absorbed 99.9% of the damage. Now, the angle at which this person, who I would not name, pulled out in front of me, you know, they broke off a piece of the bumper. So even if and I don't know this yet, I have to call the body shop today. Even if the paint protection didn't allow anything to penetrate, still popped off the side of the bumper, so it needed to be replaced. And fortunately, nobody was hurt. My daughter and my wife were in the car with me at the time. Nobody was hurt. I do have to tip my hat off to Porsche for the amazing brakes that they put on, at least I can say that car. I'm pretty sure it's throughout their entire brand, but that specific particular time, we came to a full stop, so much that the collision warning that usually will populate on the instrument cluster did not show up. We came to a full stop. This individual, unfortunately, if you want to kind of imagine what happened, there's a 4-lane stretch of highway, then there's a median, some grass, and then another 4-lane the opposite way. I'm on the far left side of this 4-lane. This person's pulling out of an establishment. What's crazy is I'm not going to tout myself as being the best driver in the world because I'm not. One thing I do pride myself on is defensive driving. And so I started to eyeball this person, you know, because sometimes when you see people getting ready to pull out or you think they might pull out, you kind of want to lock in on them because naturally what people do is they'll look to their left, they'll look to their right, and if they don't see anybody to their left or to their right, they're gonna pull out without double checking the left again, right? If you're looking at oncoming traffic from the right side, you're more likely to see anything that's far enough out there to decide on, do I wait or do I go? But on the left side, that's not always the case because, especially in this particular area, because you look to the left, you look to the right, somebody else could be coming in, and that's exactly what happened. It was my car and another car. I'm on the far left lane, cars right beside me. No racing. This was, just to give you a heads up, this was like a Honda Civic to my right. Older couple that was driving their car. We just left Hollywood Studios. We're heading back to the Airbnb to get some food. And I'm watching this individual, and this is the thing, I'm not even going fast. It's 45 miles per hour. I think I'm going like 43 or something. And I'm watching this person and I see they look left and I see they look right. But as they're looking right, they're still creeping. So that already was like, slow down. So I let off the accelerator. And if you have a Porsche Taycan or electric vehicle in general that has regenerative braking, you know that when you let off the accelerator, the car will initially start to slow down without using the brakes. It is one of the best features ever on the Taycan. I can't speak for the Tesla because I really didn't like that feature when I test drove the Model S, but I use regenerative braking on my Taycan all the time. So really, I can one pedal drive my car. Doesn't take away from the need to be alert though, I will say that, because although that does slow the car down, it's not meant to act as your autopilot system. So just a heads up for those of you who are thinking about getting a Taycan or electric vehicle or regenerative braking, like it's a nice feature to have. Do not depend on it to fully brake for your car. As well as thinking about this, when regenerative braking engages, it's not putting on your brake light. So if you know somebody is tailing you, I do this all the time. I'll turn regenerative braking off just simply because it's going to look like I've just let off. It's going to just look like I slowed down. No warning of a brake light to tell whoever's behind me you need to slow down too. And that's one concern that I have is like somebody could potentially rear end somebody else if they're not careful and they're tailing somebody. So just a heads up for that. But not to get off topic here, focusing on driving and looking at this person, we all know there gets to a point where you're like, okay, is this person going to come out? Is this person going to come out? They're still looking to the right or talking, whatever the case may be. And then it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, there's no way that somebody can, in their right mind, think it's okay to pull out now. We're too close now. Well, that's exactly what happened. This individual pulls out. Well, guess what? I'm in the far left lane, so I cannot swerve to my right because there's a older couple that's minding their business, driving their car as well. And I'm not about to get into no multi-car accident just because of that. So that's back to that defensive driving aspect. So the first thing I think is like, hey, let me lock up these brakes real quick. Let me mash these brakes. No screeching tires, no burnout. I mean, no rubber marks from like going too fast and trying to slow down. Like truly was able to come to a stop. This is the only reason why this person hit my car is because they stopped as well. Worst case scenario, had they committed, when you pull out like that in front of somebody, you got to commit. For better or for worse, you got to commit to keep going straight. If you commit to going straight, guess what? At the worst, all me and you are going to do probably exchange a horn, honk a middle finger, keep it going. But guess what? We get to go home. Nobody ran into each other. No insurance is called. Nobody's scared for their life. None of that. And that's not what happened. And so I'm not here to fully talk about this entire experience, but long story short, that person was found at fault, thankfully. Tough part was, guess what? This was day one of a whole week at Disney. I had the Taycan. I drove it down from North Carolina, so that's the only mode of transportation. Fortunately, this did not impact the drivability of the car. I actually drove the car like normal. Yes, it had an ugly busted lip in the front, and that's just something I had to eat. But nonetheless, I was still able to do what I needed to do. Charging, everything worked fine. And you know, we took care of the trip, had fun, best time of my life. My daughter enjoyed herself, and that's all that matters. We get the car back. You know, insurance and all this trying to figure stuff out. They finally say, hey, this person's at fault. But here's the downside. The Porsche dealership where I'm located does not have a dedicated body shop. Therefore, they don't do it in-house. So they referred me to somebody that does Mercedes and high-end cars, very reputable company. I was like, hey, I'm going to use them. Downside is this was back in July when the wreck happened. They're like, hey, we're about a month and a half backed up. So we won't be able to get to you till like September. I'm like, okay, well, they're the only people that I'm going to go with, so it is what it is. So went the entire, month and a half of just driving the Taycan. Yes, I still drove it, daily drove it every day. Because you got to remember, man, my life has been focused on electrical vehicles, not having to get gas since April. Here we are at that time in July and August. So I've kind of become accustomed to not getting gas. Like I really was enjoying the savings of truly just charging the car. And so I daily drove the Taycan. I think when I turned it into the body shop, I'm just at under 14,000 miles. So yes, I've driven this car a lot and I will continue to drive this car a lot. Even though my goal is not to sell the car, I'm not thinking twice about the resellability of this car. One thing I am thinking about though is the diminished value from this wreck. This has to go in the Carfax. Now, whether it was minor or not, has to go in the Carfax. So I'm currently in the process of, once this car gets done, focusing on getting a diminished value claim, because rightfully so, I deserve it. This person should never pull it out in front, trying to rush, and then they were so much inclined that they felt like they were not in the wrong, that it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out that, hey, like you ran a stop sign. You ran a stop sign. You did not yield. You did not pay attention to traffic. But I'm not here to focus on that. We're gonna focus on the most important stuff, which is I'm still here. So the Taycan, as we speak, is right now in the body shop getting repaired. Hopefully I'll have it by the end of the week. And then there's the long road to getting it paint protected, because I have to wait some time so this clear coat can cure. So yes, it's gonna suck that I can't turn around and instantly paint protect it. First world problems, right? There's a lot going on in this world right now other than worrying about what I'm gonna put on my Porsche, is what my friend likes to call it. So yeah, when I get it back, some things I need to do. I never got the front windshield re-tinted because the day that I got it repaired, we hit the road to go to Disney. So still got to get the front windshield tinted again, how I had it before, and then get the car paint protected. So give you a couple of updates on what I'm thinking. Initially, I was going to wrap the car in Hexus fluorescent yellow. My concern is that, well, I love the car color. I saw it on RDB's video. I don't want to stick out like a sore thumb too much. A wrap like that, you're definitely going to stick out. I'm not really concerned about the longevity of the wrap. I'm aware that vinyl is pretty much has like a 4 to 6 month lifespan. Direct sunlight does make it fade over time. I've heard you can ceramic coat vinyl. I'm not expert at that stuff. You possibly can, which could potentially extend the life of it. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not necessarily there. I'm not really ready for that type of a wrap. So what I'm thinking, just to give you guys an idea, is I'm thinking of putting the XPEL PPF Stealth Wrap on the Taycan, which will give me a matte white look. I thought about just going to a matte or satin black, matte, satin matte, whatever, however you say it, on the Taycan. But I feel like with the color black, it can hide the lines of the Taycan. So I don't really want to do that. Plus, there's only 2 white Taycans that I've seen in this city, mine and another person's, who I actually found out who owns it through a referral, which is funny. But there's only 2 Taycans that I've seen in this city so far that have the white. And I don't know if theirs is Carrera white metallic like mine is, but it's white nonetheless. They don't have the panoramic roof like I do. Plus I have a vanity plate, and they have the Mission-E wheels, which I'm not gonna lie, like the more I see it, the more I'm like, it's a nice set of wheels. But you guys know I had the RS Spiders, the 21. So just wanted to give you guys a channel update and also video update, car update, whatever the case may be, to let you know, hey, exactly what's going on. The reason why I hadn't posted videos and responses was because when I was gonna post stuff, I actually have a whole bunch of footage. The windshield gets cracked, and then I gotta wait like a month and a half for that. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna shoot a video till that's done. And then I get that replaced, and now we have the wreck. So I know you're like, hey, Nate, Boss Vlogs, like, come on, man, we just want to see some content. So my goal is to push out more content. I don't want to make false promises to you guys. So there's a couple of ideas that I have to be more efficient at this stuff. I'm still learning, man. Like you got to understand, like I'm a financial advisor. So right now, life is crazy. Markets are crazy. And my clients, I got to take care of my clients, man, because they ultimately take care of me. And, I do this for the love of it. And it doesn't feel like work. But during times like this, people need me. And so I want to make sure I'm as available and I'm as focused. But also, man, there's another group of people that needs me more, and that's my family, my wife and my daughter. And so I am learning through this journey of wanting to become a more prominent YouTuber, just for the sheer of loving to do these videos. But it is challenging finding the time, cry me a river, Nate, I know, blah, blah, blah. But like, I am learning. This time stuff is crazy, trying to be efficient and focusing on how do you do this, this, and this, and still accomplish this. And it's all about delegation, efficiency, making sure that you plan things out. And so that's what led to this video, is I actually had a plan for this video. And I'm noticing that when I have a plan, anything is possible. I can put my mind to it and really execute. And so that's my commitment to myself and to you guys, is to provide more content. I'm not gonna sit up here like I have done in years past. And honestly, you can go look at the videos. I'm not one to remove off the videos off my channel that I've shot in the past, because I really want to show you what growth looks like. And that's in its goodest, in its best form, in its best form or its worst form. And learn from my mistakes, my experiences. So many times I promise you guys content and didn't deliver. And yes, I only have 48 beautiful subscribers right now, but ultimately this channel is going to grow, and I want to keep it organic as possible, but also show you guys, what it's like to own this car or own these cars. I'm still like a kid in a candy store, man, with owning a vehicle of this caliber. And so, I'm no millionaire. By no means am I able to go out here and buy a Bugatti and a ton of cars and have a GTA garage, although I would like to. So it is important that I prioritize my day and my task and just make sure that I'm doing what I need to be doing. But I definitely wanted to create this video for you guys before I go in the office and meet some clients for today. Markets is, a little bit up and down, but I want to make sure that I was at least able to address what's going on with this car. I still look at that video of taking delivery. It just gives me goosebumps and chills to know that a year ago, around this time, I was planning on buying a Panamera and trying to build that and trying to find somebody to, who would let me build it, and all of the issues with these other dealerships. And, ultimately decided on the Taycan, and really thanking God that I did go through what I went through, because it really helped me to understand, like, hey, good things come to those who wait. So I hope this video helps give you some insight. Definitely, once I get the car back, I plan on doing another video. I plan on doing another video before we get the stuff done to it, because I don't know when that's going to be because of scheduling and this whole paint stuff that I now have to navigate around. So I am going to focus on my next video, which is when we have the car. And then I do have a couple of things I want to do. I want to talk about the features of my car, the build, what I like and don't like about the Taycan, what it's like to daily drive the Taycan, what's the future of the channel, like what do we want to do, new stuff. And then I do want to go through the configurator and do a video once and just kind of show you guys what I was thinking. And also, for those of you who may have never taken the time to go through a configurator, to show you, like, hey, this is definitely something that's possible. But also the fun part about it, and the overwhelming part of building a car to your liking. It's definitely a humbling experience. Nonetheless, the experience of waiting for the car once you put in your order is a different beast, especially if you're trying to buy this car, because of so many setbacks with production and such. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to give you an update on the Taycan. It's probably 20 minutes too long than it needed to be, but this was an opportunity before I need to go in office to make this video, and the only way I can get better is by holding myself accountable. And so I wanted to show you guys, or tell you guys, excuse me, what's been going on in my life and what we have planned for the channel. So if you still love being a member of the Boss Vlog crew and subscribing to the channel, I definitely thank you for being here. Like this video, share it, and then you will know the moment the next video is uploaded, which hopefully is the end of this week. We'll see. I'm told I'll get the car back by the end of this week. They've had it since last Monday. So, they're working as fast as they can, but also as efficient and precise as they can. I don't want them to rush it to have other issues. So this is part of the waiting game of any repair, whether it's a Porsche or a Honda. Like, the waiting game of it to be repaired can be a nervous wreck, especially when I'm driving a Dodge Challenger from the rental company. I was supposed to get, Dodge Charger. I was supposed to get a luxury vehicle, and they gave me what they consider a sport vehicle. And it is what it is. I'm not used to getting gas. I had to put gas in it for the first time a couple weeks ago, and if they hold this car another week, I'll have to put gas in it a couple more times. So it's not even E85 like what I put in the Chrysler 300, but the Chrysler's check engine light on. There's so many issues going on that I need to fix on that. So I'm gonna drive this Charger. It's fairly new. It's still 2022 with just under 8,000 miles, but it's the basic of the basic. Like, there's not much in this car. So, hey, first world problems, right? But yeah, I'm just gonna continue to push and get to the end of the week, and hopefully I'll have the car back by then and I can shoot you a nice vlog. Little one's birthday is coming up. My birthday is coming up, so that's why I'm not trying to promise a date on this next video, but it should come out soon once I get this car. So stay tuned to the channel. I believe you can turn on notifications if you want to be notified once the moment this next video goes live. But I appreciate you. Send me questions. Anything you guys want me to talk about in upcoming videos, let me know. Put that in the comment section below. If there's something you want me to do as far as, like, talk about configurations and such, let me know. Ask me anything, man. I'm here to answer your questions. So I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. Sorry it's taking this long to get back to you guys, but it's gonna be great when we get rolling and we get some consistency going. So I'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.